pre-order bonus for... Oh no, not this one. The other one was given away as a pre-order bonus for Rez, but I do believe they sold it, so they should just be there. So yeah, the PS1 and PS2 themes are the only valid PS4 themes. That's not true. In a world where corn love exists, that's definitely not true. Corn love is too good. So we've got everything done. I don't know how long this stream's gonna be, to be honest. That seems a little on the loud side. But we're really just gonna be warping over there and kicking this boss's bum and then reading secret reports. Because I think I have all the secret reports. I think I read somewhere that there are 13 secret reports, and even though the 14th battle gate exists with the secret boss, it doesn't actually have a secret report attributed to it. So,
Slaying or
Scala, which is not the right place at all. So we are going to be going to Badlands. Still loud, really. Let me dial that down again. It's at like 40%.
Come on, fellas!
It doesn't seem to change. Really, it's not changing when I'm saying... Well, that's fucked up. How about now? How about now? I muted it. You should be hearing nothing. Now it's muted? Okay. How about now? It's at like 10%. That's good? Wow! What the fuck? This I have also never seen before. Usually I have the game volume hovering in like the 60 to 70% range. I have never put it this low. It's at almost 20% now. Anyway, we've got all the secret reports here. So I haven't read them, even though they're not marked as new. I just wanted to make all my menus not have the little new icons on them. And I think the only thing I'm missing is that secret boss. Otherwise, so is this audio acceptable now? I think I might have went the wrong way, actually. I think this might be the wrong battle gate. Yeah, no, this is the wrong battle gate. It's the other way. I think that's the direction for story progress, but not battle gate progress. So yeah, I was playing this game again recently, just wrapping up stuff, and boy, it's still just fun to play Kingdom Hearts games. They're just so enjoyable. It's been a hot minute since I played one, since like literally January, the beginning of this year, so it was nice to get back in. For equipment, we have Ultimate Weapon, Classic Tone, and Wheel of Fate. They're all maxed out. Yeah, Ribbon, Royal Ribbon, Chrysis, Mickey Cloth, Lucky Grain, Cosmic Grain. High potions and high ethers, because I can never use the mega elixirs. Those are for saving and never using. Maybe they'll come in handy during Remind? I don't know. I hope I remember how to play enough. What if I need them later? Yeah, I might need them later, exactly. So this guy I've never fought before. This is the dude. All I know is he's a big Heartless, but... Yeah, that checks out. Okay, this is going well. Okay, I didn't block it there. Expect me to never block it. I thought I blocked there. Okay, so don't just go in. How's shot lock on this guy? Can I just shoot?
Take this.
Is this just gonna hit? Yeah, okay, that just hit. Oh, that. Oh, okay, that's what that does. Okay, yeah, again, just don't go in on this guy at all. This is going great. I'm doing really good in this fight, aren't I?
Back off. Try this.
Shit, ultimate form's really getting some mileage here, huh?
Take this. Got him. Go. Yeah, there. It's over. Heal.
Okay, let's see if I can actually block this time. Nope. 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 We got no blocks.
So long.
Yeah, I think I'm a little over leveled for this fight, but hey.
Back at you. Back off. Back. Back off. Heal.
Okay, when he's in this red form, though, he is a lot more aggressive. I feel like I want to use magic right now.
Yeah. Back off.
Yeah, there we go.
Take this.
Oh, can you just fly around those?
Back off. Heal. Back off.
This has to be like the worst fight against this boss ever televised. Because, like, I think I blocked like 20% of his moves at best. Well, first try, I guess. Huge boost in strength and magic, small boost in AP. Okay, that might be good. Nice, I got the finger smack. I don't know what that means, but... Is a win a win? Yeah, it is in this case. I'll take it. It ain't much, but it's honest work, I suppose. Oh yeah, I got all the trophies, didn't I? Now I have all the Kingdom Hearts games done, because I'm, you know, me talking about how you shouldn't buy both versions of Pokemon, you probably shouldn't try to platinum every Kingdom Hearts game either. It just ain't worth it. So, yeah, it's, not really as special or otherwise impressive as a lot of the other secret bosses. I think most of the other Kingdom Hearts secret bosses are better than this. Probably the only ones that I think this goes toe-to-toe with are the ones from the first game, whose names I forget. Kurtzisa and the Phantom or whatever. I think this is about as good as those ones. But I don't think this really holds a candle to the more elaborate ones who are like actually characters and stuff like that. I think Julius gets a lot because he's Julius. If Julius was a generic Heartless, he would be much less interesting. So yeah. most of the cool final bosses in the previous games were final mix, if I remember correctly, barring Birth by Sleep, I suppose. So hopefully Remind addresses this a little bit. Yeah, he's cool, but like he did have a nicer design than I expected. But yeah, not a whole lot there. Dark Inferno, that's his name. These dastardly dual wielders are like blenders on roller skates, except worse. You can try to keep your distance, but they'll soon close in on you, or else just huck a fireball your way. Careful attacking with their blades. Yeah, just never attack them. Never go in. That means they're ready to counter. Oh, okay. They'll explicitly counter when they're like that. Cool. So I obviously played that really, really dumb. I'm sure you could tell I'm a little rusty on Kingdom Hearts. So that was... Again, almost nothing was blocked, but hey. Yeah, he's neat. I wonder if there's going to be a regular enemy version of him in Remind. Since it almost feels like he's a regular enemy reading his description, but hey. He was reasonably fun to fight. Shards of Glassman says, probably very correctly, it's a much better fight at sub-level 50. Yeah, I do think me having Ultima Weapon and being just about maxed out is really not fair to him, honestly. So what did I get here? I got Crystal Regalia, 16 AP, 5 Strength, 5 Magic, and MP Haste Daga. Wow, that's fucking good. That's so good! Like, yeah, I guess that checks out, giving you something so powerful right at the end there. But Jesus, I wasn't quite expecting it to be that strong. There's almost no reason to equip that, to not equip that. So yeah, I mean, here's hoping Remind will have cool shit. The Remind trailers look really good, so I'm expecting cool shit. I'm gonna save real quick and then we'll read those secret reports. Did you fight the Gummy Ship optional boss? Yes, I actually did all the Gummy Ship stuff. I didn't have to do it, but I did. I maxed out all the Gummy Ship shit. I did all the Gummy Ship missions, which was fun actually. I really liked the Gummy Ship in this game, so yeah. So it was from Einhander, was it? Okay, because when it showed up, I was like, man, this makes me think Einhander, and I know the guy who led the Gummy Ship in this game was a prominent dev on Einhander, and I'm like, is this an Einhander thing? And I was asking my girlfriend, is this an Einhander thing? And she said, what's Einhander? And I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I don't know what I expected, but yeah, that's the right answer. So it was an Einhander thing. That's so cool. I appreciate that was done that way. Because the optional gummy bosses were really nice, actually. I enjoyed them quite a bit. So. Gummy Ship stuff is needed to get Ultima Weapon. Yeah, just that one secret boss to get the Orichalcum Plus. And yeah, I think it's just that one secret boss though, so. Admittedly, that one secret boss does take a bit of work to get to, but yeah, the Schwarzgeist, yeah, that's it. Okay, so we got secret reports. I haven't read these. Yeah. Recollections. Am I alive? I awoke in a cell, alone until the researchers came with their tests and their prodding to uncover my identity. I had no answer to offer them. 4 friends and a key. That is the sum total of my memory. I could not even recall my name. I was simply called X there. Or is that Kai? My only solace was the time I spent talking with the 2 boys who would visit from time to time. One day a man came to take me from the prison. I could not see him for the darkness, save that he wore an eye patch. Even now, years on, I feel no closer to understanding who or what I am. May my heart be my guiding key. So I guess that's Zigbar who came for him, or should I say Lushu who came for him. Can I show you my gummy ship after the reports? Yeah, I didn't customize my gummy ship, so I will though. Mark of Mastery Journal. Some days have passed since I set off on my journey to prepare for the Mark of Mastery examination. Eric has asked for leave to undertake the same pilgrimage, but apparently I am to be first to tour the worlds written of in the old fairy tales. Until a few short years ago, I'd known only my own world, a speck of land surrounded by sea, but how I'd dreamed of, yet yearned for the world beyond, and granted guidance from the future, I left that nest behind. As I treaded the path to my master's side, I came in contact with darkness in many forms. I knew even then, as by instinct, terrifying as its power was, it could be harnessed, mastered. Oh, sorry, I can't read this morning. Ericus is a blue blood, descended from the very first masters in the age of fairy tales, but I did not come this far to indulge in adulation. I will be his peer, his equal, and to do that, I must learn to wield the power born from both darkness and light in proper balance. I was gonna say that this is probably Xehanort, but this one is actually signed Xehanort, so yeah, this one's signed unknown. But I imagine this was Xehanort as well. Like, that checks out. The man came to free him from the prison who wore an eye patch. Yeah, I mean, this is probably Xehanort as well. I imagine they're all Xehanort, so. Experiments of the Heart. Notes on Subject X, Excerpt 1. Subject was found in the central square shortly after dawn. Female, approximately 15 years old. After 7 days' observation, she spoke her first words, but could not provide a name. Subject exhibits signs of profound amnesia and displays concern about which world this is. Her words suggest that she departed her home world with others, though she cannot recall the name of her erstwhile companions. All efforts to explore those memories have met with a rejection response. After his initial experiments on me, Ansem the Wise seized his research into the heart, his hand stayed by some fear I cannot fathom. Yet this new subject is like me, devoid of memories. She is the perfect sample upon which to continue my master's work. She, too, could benefit from it. By traversing the heart, we have a direct path into memory. I myself have begun to reclaim my lost past thanks to these very experiments. Who is she? Whence has she come? These are questions no scientist could ignore, and the words she muttered, may your heart be your guiding key. Say no. Okay. Experiments of the Heart. Notes on Subject X, Excerpt 2. Subject's memories have not returned, and our conversations remain less than lucid. What fragments can be gleaned evoke a bygone world, like one out of fairy tales. As improbable as it seems, the question may not be where she has come from, but when. If she truly has crossed through time, the prospect of probing her heart is all the more compelling. My pilot studies used a handful of subjects, but none possessed the fortitude to endure them. Ultimately, all suffered mental collapse. I knew it would be a heavy blow to lose a subject as unique as she. Upon discovering the tests I'd been conducting, my master demanded that I seize my work immediately and destroy what research I have compiled. Worse still, he ordered the release of my remaining subjects. She is gone. Where is Subject X now? Has wise Master Ansem hidden her away? Whatever the case, I will not be deterred. I will take her place as the first subject in the grand experiment to come. Okay, so who are we talking about here? I see a few people saying Skuld. Let me just Google who Skuld is again. Yes, okay, this girl. Okay, from Union Key. Okay. Right. I remember who Skuld is now. God, I would have never remembered that name. So that is unconfirmed, that is speculation that this is Skuld? Okay. Skuld or maybe Ava, still unconfirmed. Okay. Thank you for the full clarification there. Memoirs, Excerpt 1. That castle was a wonderland to us children. Within its walls, Ansem the Wise conducted his research, and the fruits it bore allowed everyone outside to live in peace and happiness. That alone was enough to stoke our interest, though not all of the rumors that escaped its walls were so benevolent. By night, the muffled sounds of human wails emerged. There was talk of dangerous human experimentation. Lee and I couldn't help but hatch a plot to steal inside and sate our curiosity. This must be Issa writing this. The two who stood guard at the gates were researchers themselves, though you wouldn't think it to see them. They were researchers? Dylan and the other guy? They were researchers. Massive and barrel-chested as they were. And slipping past that duo was only the first hurdle. It proved one not easily cleared. We were found and tossed out on our ears time and again. Zuff, that's his name, thank you. I was desperately trying to not remember Alias and remember Zuff. I appreciate it. I really like this though, that Lee and Issa got like booted repeatedly. That's good. I like that as well because in Birth by Sleep, when we met them, I was, I don't think at the time I was wondering, but after I was wondering, like, yeah, how did they link up? How'd that come about? So, on the day we finally secured our entry, we descended the long spiral stair at the heart of the castle to find a dark space below it, lined with cages. There wasn't light enough to see if they were inhabited, and we were in no position to call out any occupants within, yet we could feel it, a definite presence, there in the black. Terror washed over us, and we immediately regretted coming. But just as we turned to flee, we heard the faintest of voices. The urge to run was nigh overpowering, but someone or something beckoned us on. There, framed by a tenuous sliver of light, we found her. Yes, there we go. Memoirs, Excerpt 2. It was too dim to make out her features. We spoke to her in hushed whispers. Who was she? Why was she imprisoned here? She had no answers for us, had no memories at all. She was an enigma, but I knew I wanted to help her. And so we continued our infiltrations. Most of them stopped short at the castle gates. When we did manage our way inside, we spoke with her. That was all the comfort 2 children like us could offer. But Lee had other ideas. He was determined to free her. We slipped into the castle that day, knowing only that we wanted, with all our hearts, to save her. But we did not find her inside on that day, or the next, or any of our subsequent visits. Had she been moved? Had we simply imagined her? Lee and I knew there was only one way to be certain, and so we stand before the castle gates today, not as trespassing children, but in order to become Ansem the Wise's newest apprentices. Okay, so the motivation for Issa and Lee joining the organization is to save this girl. So this kind of contextualizes them nicely in like a more friendly manner, which is cool. So who is... Yeah. I don't know who they're talking about, though. On the replica program and reanimation. Following my erasure and my recompletion as a human, I did not awaken right away. Perhaps the damage was exceptionally grave. Even after waking, I remained in bed, pondering my next course of action. With my work on the replica program for the organization, I produced some 20 vessels. Most of the early results were failures. Not one of them granted a number. The first success to emerge from that early lot was the Riku replica. Yeah, shoutouts to my boy. Subsequently, Shion, number I, boy that writing, I love it, was essentially indistinguishable from a natural human, though she became unstable due to the influence of others. Can I just say, I still adore that Shion's name was number I. Like, that is such a galaxy brain way to make this work that I can't help but love it. Like, the idea that it's like, okay, we have this pattern where it's gonna be like an X added to the name, but what's Shion gonna be? Number I. Like, it works on so many levels, and it's idiotic, but it works. I love it. I love number I. It's the best writing in video games. I love it. Using those 2 as my foundation, I worked to construct a number of nigh-perfect replicas, but just as they neared completion, my efforts were cut short. I suspect Xehanort aims to use both the initial lot as well as the unused replicas from my later work. I arose today and decided to walk out to the square, my first outing in some time. Yet my stroll was interrupted when a surprising visitor appeared with an unexpected offer. Though younger than me, he'd risen to become Xemnas' right hand. I accepted his terms and became a nobody once more. Easier to gain access to the old replica program that way. Whatever it takes to atone. Vexen. If Vexen's trying to make up for being a shitty shit. Yeah, okay. The real organization. Xehanort seeks to gather 12 vessels, which, together with his true actual self, he considers the real organization 13. Now that he has the number he needs, Demix and I are being treated as reserves. Several others who served Xemnas in the old organization have followed the same course as mine, electing to abandon their newly restored humanity and rejoin the real organization as nobodies, but not Xemnas. Xemnas cannot exist in the present because there is already a Xehanort here. old man in charge. The old man's humanity prevents his heartless and nobody. Others vanquished in the past and his younger self from being denizens of this time. To circumvent this, Xehanort is using the prototype replicas I created in the past as containers, plucking his other selves' hearts from the time they existed. Xehanort ordered me to refine the prototypes to make them closer still to the real thing, perfecting my creations so they may house true flesh and blood humans suits my own purposes as well. All that remains for my atonement is to devise a way to pass on as many of the vessels as I can to those who truly deserve them. Vexen again. Some of this is a little hard to take in. Trying to remember how some of this stuff works, so yeah, but this is the good writing we want. I'm enjoying this very much. Ansem code conspectus excerpt 1. Is it conspectus a real word? Conspectus. Oh my god, it is a word. It means a summary or overview of a subject. Wow, I'm glad someone bought Nomura an English thesaurus for his birthday. Ansem code conspectus excerpt 1. I have pored over the data my master entrusted to Riku. Here I offer my preliminary conclusions. Within Sora's heart are 3 compartmentalized boxes, each containing the heart of another. One box holds Roxas, another holds a second heart that has been with Sora nearly as long. The third has held its heart for much longer. These hearts have melded with Sora's and no longer have voices of their own. Any attempt to mechanically extract them could prove as dire for Sora as what caused him to become a Heartless in the first place. First, a vessel for each heart must be readied. Then a spark of some sort is required to induce its waken. Sorry, I'm trying to think about this as I'm saying it, and it's not helping. Then a spark of some sort is required to induce its waken. Okay. Obviously, the ideal solution is to restore each heart to its own body, but whatever the case for the 2 unknown individuals, Roxas possesses no such thing. The same is true for Namine, who we believe resides in Kairi's heart. Still, if alternate bodies can be secured for them, all their hearts required to be awakened is that spark, people they cared for and who cared for them, who can show them the way home. Complete and perfect digitalization of the heart is impossible. We can only hope to partially reconstruct it. Thus, I see no way forward but to extract the hearts we so desperately need directly from within Sora. Fortunately, the data stored in Twilight Town contains a near-perfect record of the memories of those who lived there, and for Roxas and Namine especially, this is crucial. Yenzo. Okay, so this is the process of getting them bodies for the finale. Okay, cool. Ansem code conspectus excerpt 2. As for how to contain their hearts, the only conceivable option is the replicas. If we transfer in the digital memories from the Twilight Town archive, the replicas should be able to reconstruct each individual's human appearance with near-perfect results. Then their hearts need only the right spark to wake them, so they may find their way out of Sora and Kairi into those newly made bodies. The replica program was truly revolutionary, but it was incomplete at the time of the old organization's dissolution. Without Evan, how are we to further the research? We need at least 3 replicas, one for Roxas, one for Namine, and one for the unknown stowaway within Sora's heart, which I guess is Shion. These are difficult quandaries, but as I work through my master's data, I find myself remembering the taste of ice cream. When I was a boy, he would bring me some when we took walks together. There will be time to regret my betrayal later. For now, my focus must be on restoring Roxas and Namine and proving my master had good intentions. Okay. Observations, Excerpt 1. I have seen it through. The Keyblade War unfolded exactly as written on the lost page. Now the Keyblade the Master entrusted to me must be bequeathed to another. 5 Union leaders have been chosen from the surviving Dandelions. I will pass the Keyblade to one of them and then continue watching the future unfold. So is this Lushu now? This sounds like it must be Lushu. Yet it seems that someone has pulled the old switch. It's definitely Lushu, saying the word switcheroo. One of the 5 is an imposter, someone the Master did not choose. They represent a virus in the program he so carefully wrote. The virus has begun a strange undertaking, a reckless plot to allow the 5 to escape into another world line. Surely such a thing can't be possible. We're talking about the same trick that allowed the Dandelions to transfer to other world lines after the Keyblade War. But these children are no masters. They haven't the means. Unless, of course, a certain lady of magic summoned here from the future knows more than I do. The whole Union leader thing was supposed to be by the books. Are these new events just another phase in the Master's grand plan? Unknown. So, I mean, this is definitely Lushu, no question. He said switcheroo. Like, I'm sorry, it's gotta be you. And the Lady of Magic must be Maleficent, right? I just don't see who else it could be other than Maleficent, especially since Maleficent rose to heavy plot prominence near the end of Union Key last time I checked, which was when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out at the beginning of the year. I know that's not up to date, but hey. Observation. Okay, in the chat, yeah, people also agree that Maleficent seems to be the only choice there. Okay. Cool, thank you. Appreciate it. Someone says or Ava. Okay. I'm gonna headcanon Maleficent for now, but we will see. Oh, Maleficent's super in the mobile game right now? Cool, good for her. Good for Maleficent. Like, video game prominence, getting new films. You know, Maleficent's getting places in 2020. That's crazy. Observations, Excerpt 2. Even on a world line with no Keyblade War, peace is but a dream. In the absence of us and our master, a darkness arrived, one that shall surely lead the world to yet another demise. Amid the chaos, I bequeathed my Keyblade to one of the Union leaders, just as the master instructed. I watched as the 5 were sent to another world line, at no small cost, ensuring the line of Keyblade wielders will live on. And now, Keybladeless, that's a hell of a word. I must depart this land to fulfill my final task. This means casting my own body aside and sojourning my heart in vessel after vessel, as many as it takes. But I will continue gazing upon each passing era, one unto the next. In time, be it years or decades, centuries or millennia, I will meet the 5 once more. Somewhere in this cyclical history of bequeathings, a chosen one will appear and reenact the Keyblade War. When this scapegoat arrives and takes my Keyblade in hand, that will be the time to take the stage and finish my role. The Lost Masters will awaken. Again, unknown, so this is probably still Lushu since they seem to come in sets. Observations, Excerpt 3. This is our last one. It seems this body, this name, will be my last. The lives I have lived over the ages could fill volumes. For now, I must focus on what matters most. The Keyblade has been successfully passed down, generation to generation, and it seems a Keyblade master devoted to the darkness may finally arise. Until now, I have watched over the course of events from a distance. Perhaps the time has come to intervene. I need only play the role of a fool, desirous of the Keyblade's power. I will don the mask of his ally in order to keep watch over my Keyblade from close by. The Gazing Eye, a Keyblade forged from the eye of the Master of Masters. He passed it to me, as I have to others, and through it he can see the future, all that will ever come to pass, spanning the ages in body after body, life after life. My task has been to keep vigil over the eye as it passes from hand to hand. It has been a long time, longer than I can express. But now at last the Keyblade War has begun, and Kingdom Hearts will open, a true and complete Kingdom Hearts, born of the clash between darkness and light. I will soon be reunited with my old companions, and in that moment my long vigil will reach its end. He will return. Unknown. Probably Lushu again. Yeah, so I guess the last couple reports there by Lushu are mainly to express that, like, this isn't this was planned from the beginning. You know, this isn't luck. This is like, this was meant and expected all along. So the Hardboiled one says, so thoughts. Yeah, I don't know. I guess thoughts is clearly the Union leaders are going to appear in the next major game. Not Remind. Remind appears to really be fleshing out Kingdom Hearts 3 more than anything. But I guess the Union leaders are going to be appearing in the next major game as villains, I would suppose. I mean, I kind of doubt they'd be the main characters unless we go for a very different take. But I mean, I'd be down for them being main characters. I don't know. We'll see. So there's a lot here. There's a lot to take in. Let me quit to title screen because that's where the cutscene viewer is at. Because I might need to. Someone said remember the after credits scene. I'm gonna actually go back to that right now. Oh, someone asked me to gummy ship. I'll just do this real quick then. Yeah, I expect Remind is gonna add some Master stuff as well. So this is my gummy ship. It's nothing. It's nothing fancy. It's literally just Golden Highwinds with I'm not using Gold Falcon, Golden Invincible. I think I'm using Altair and Deneb. Oh no, just 2 Denebs. They're better. They're stronger. But for what it's worth, for what it's worth, I did do all the gummy missions, which was fun. The only one that was a little tedious at the very end was Heartless Obliterator, which is kill 9,999 Heartless. When I had finished everything, I had about 6,000, so I did have to grind a little bit. Fortunately, if you go to some of the later missions in Eclipse, you get close to 300 kills per mission, which only takes a minute, so it only took a few minutes to get that capped out. I got all the treasures, got all the blueprint fragments. I went a little above and beyond, which I'm happy about in the end. I didn't think I'd get all A's on all of them, but here we are. For some reason. Just got in. Was there anything super crucial from the reports that you missed? It's hard to parse what was super crucial and what wasn't super crucial, to be honest. It, you know, since the saga kind of ends here temporarily, you know, the whole like Xehanort thing's done, it's hard for me to say what is and isn't like absolutely crucial going forward. What is this unseen video here? Why is this one marked as new? Right, it's true. This was a new video. That's why. You guys can watch this cutscene that I got recently when I was playing this week. It's not that special. It wasn't worth the load that we're going through right now, to be frank. It's getting less and less worth it. Yeah, I can't wait for that PS5 SSD. You're damn right.
Hey,
I have an
chef.
SSD in my PS4.
Your bistro turned out to be a big hit.
It's still limited by the
Yeah, everybody in the whole town loves it.
ports that's hooked up to it. I don't remember what it's called.
Aye,
It's still limited by
naturally.
that on the PS4.
But
so.
to be perfectly honest, I'm actually a wee bit surprised myself.
Gosh, Uncle Scrooge. I thought you had this all planned out in advance.
Wait, didn't you?
Oh, I had the business side of it planned down to the finest detail. The open-air theatre, the flyers, the promo data, the whole kit and caboodle. But that wasn't enough. It was Little Chef's commitment to his craft, his desire to put smiles on everyone's faces that made the bistro a success. A heart that cares that much is like a giant magnet. It grabs you and pulls you right in.
Mr. Loxinator says, reminder
That
Scrooge
must be
can just
why we
travel
like
between
hanging
worlds
around
at will.
Sora.
Yeah, you know
Don't
what?
you think so, Donald?
Billionaires shouldn't exist.
Aye,
It's not fair.
and perhaps
It's
why
fucking
Little
nonsense
Chef
that
took such
billionaires
a
get
shine to you in the first
exist in
place.
a world at the expense of others. Because they don't play by the same rules as people. They can rewrite the laws with money.
Folks are hungry for connection.
Guillotine's
so
hungry
you
for
lads,
Scrooge.
keep 'em well fed.
Just putting it out there.
Sure thing. Right, little chef?
That's it. That's the new cutscene. It was beyond not worth that load. I can't remember if these two are pre-rendered. I guess they're not pre-rendered. The last one must be pre-rendered, the secret movie. I still love how they patched in the secret movie like late so that it wouldn't leak out. That was still very clever.
Finally, back where it belongs.
Yeah, this is definitely pre-rendered though. Stupid 121v2 says, I hope FF7R has a secret movie because fuck you, lol. Man, you know it will, and you know it's going to be hype as fuck. That game is going to have a great secret movie for the next part of FF7. You're going to watch it, you're going to be like, wait, that's different from what I remember, but I love it.
Did you summon us back?
Yeah, okay, it's coming back now.
Yep.
Is that you, Lucio? You look different.
Haven't heard that name in a long while. These days they call me Zigbar, but hey, whatever suits you.
Is it really you?
Yeah, but some time ago I had to cast my old form away. Been through plenty more semblances since, but it's still me underneath it all.
What happened? Why are we here? You tell me!
I had a role to play. And after all these years, it's
yeah, so
done.
the role was keeping an eye on the Keyblade.
What role?
Sort of tracking that. Yeah, definitely talking about Maleficent. Had to be.
I guess
I did not
Alpha
remember
didn't
her
make it
appearing
after
here.
all.
Meaning what?
I told her clear as day what it is I had to do.
And is that why you decided to exclude her?
As if Ava had her own mission, and she carried it out.
I've heard enough! Lucio, what was your role?
Am I up to date with
I hope
Union
you
Key?
like
I am
long
not.
stories.
We're gonna be up to date with Union Key when Remind comes out. Can't wait to see what's in the box. I hope it's not just Sora. Did you fight the super boss yet? Yes, we actually did that just before. We just read the secret reports,
right.
and now we're watching some cutscenes that go with the secret. Well, that kind of tie into some of the stuff the secret reports
What's
talk
this?
about.
I heard about this new game.
Oh yeah, this new game bit, right?
Seven black pieces, and
Just watch.
Yeah, it's cool. Shards of Glassman says, Nomura characters just barf out teases for later games. It's exhausting. You know, you're completely right, but I love it. And we're going to watch Yozora, because, like, I'm sitting right here. Yozora's right here. I want to watch it. You can't ask me to not watch Yozora when you have it right here. When is Remind coming out? It's out on the 24th, I believe. So Riku's in Shinjuku, right? And Sora's in Shibuya. Man, as time has gone on, I've gotten more committed to the idea that we're gonna see The World Ends With You 2 in form of Kingdom Hearts. 'Cause that's like, that was the 104 building, right? Like, that's The World Ends With You Shibuya. That's not real life Shibuya. Because in real life, that's the 109 building, I think it's called. Very famous landmark in Shibuya. So I vaguely remember at the time when this game came out being a little uncertain, but as time has gone on, I'm more and more committed to the idea that that's gonna be what's happening, and boy does it excite me. Well, yeah, they teased it in Dream Drop for sure when they invited Sora to Shibuya, but then also in oh my god, The World Ends With You Final Remix, the new content in The World Ends With You Final Remix, talking about how something really awful happened at another Reapers game in Shinjuku, which is where Riku is in that video, is interesting to say the least. And then Yozora seeming to be an analog to like Versus 13 stuff. That's very exciting to me. Honestly, like if this game ends up being like The World Ends With You 2 and Versus 13 alongside like Kingdom Hearts, then that's what I want. That'd be amazing. Especially if there was no Disney. If there was absolutely zero Disney in it, it would be even better. Just, yeah, give me Nomura All-Stars. Like, that sounds like the most appealing thing ever to me. I would love that, but do not make me go back to Arendelle. So, yeah, I support this anti-Disney agenda. Totally. Man, what a fun game. What a fun series of games. I know I said this last time we streamed Kingdom Hearts 3. Wow, this is pretty loud, isn't it? I know I said this last time we streamed Kingdom Hearts 3, but I'm so glad that I had little enough experience that I was able to stream all the Kingdom Hearts games with you guys for like just about the first time, barring Chain of Memories, and it was just a fucking blast from start to finish. And even just streaming this little tiny portion of Kingdom Hearts 3 totally brings me back to that feeling, and it's great, honestly. It's so lovely. God, it makes me look forward to Remind, honestly, and it makes me look forward to the next game, because this is, for me, this is such a fun thing to stream, such a fun series to stream, and like, I don't want to do Kingdom Hearts any other way than streaming, you know? I'm sure you guys have noticed that I really don't stream as often as I used to, and my stream schedule is incredibly sporadic. I would go so far to say that it's not my job anymore. Like, it is the thing that makes me money, but it's not my job anymore. Like, because I'm in school and I'm like trying to move on with my life. But like, I still love streaming. Like, it's still a hobby that I'm really passionate about, and I'm really, I don't know, just streaming this really brings me back to like when I most felt excited about like making YouTube videos and like streaming and stuff. It's yeah, Kingdom Hearts is good, and streaming Kingdom Hearts is always gonna be fun and special and shit. So yeah. Don't worry about your streams being sparse. I'm in college too. Shit's busy. We love every stream you give us and look forward to the next whenever that is. Yeah, you know, I wish they were more frequent, but like the honest truth is, yeah, between like committing myself to different things with my life going in a different direction now, and like, shit, let me not play this, and like recording stuff a little more often with Matt, it's like, yeah, I don't feel like I have all the time to stream as much as I used to. So, you know, it's always gonna be there as like a side thing for sure. So yeah. You streaming KH1 is what convinced me to finally play it, and now I have a KH tattoo, so thanks big time. Wow, that's wild, dude. I'm happy I could push you to do something like that. Assuming you like the tattoo. If you hate the tattoo, then I completely disassociate from this connection, but yeah, I'm glad I could give you that. So, yeah. I mean, on that note, since I don't talk about it very much, you know, if ever you're feeling like you're unsatisfied with how much I stream, then I straight up just recommend, like, don't sub in the future. And this isn't meant to be like a shot or a takedown or something, but like, I think the amount I stream now is unfortunately gonna be what it is going forward. So like, feel free to not sub. Feel free to sub to Matt or like someone more exciting if you want. And I won't take that the wrong way or anything. I'm not streaming as much as I used to, and I expect like to have less subs and stuff. So like, don't even worry about that. It's the way it should be. So, you think you'll keep doing crossover LPs with Matt? Yes, absolutely. I'm not sure where we're at with Sonic Adventure 2 because I don't watch the videos when they go live, but we finished Sonic Adventure 2. We just did WWE the other day, which was awful. WWE 2K20, which was fucking terrible. We have to record Life is Strange 2 Episode 5. We still haven't played it, which is crazy, but we were just in the middle of Sonic when that happened, so that's just been delayed. But that's our next thing we want to do is Life is Strange 2 Episode 5. And then, I don't remember what the next one we wanted to do was. We started that new creepy anime bullshit sequel series. You may have seen the first episode go up, Sketchy Etchy. And yeah, we have more that we want to do, but I won't say them because like I don't think me and Nat have hard agreed on what the next thing is yet, so I don't want to put something out there that we don't end up doing or something like that. So, but it's been a lot of stuff. Star did some great art for that. Yes, Star did amazing art for the Sketchy Etchy thing, and like really underplayed, but Lee Mounsey Smith did the video editing, and he did also the typography. And Lee Mounsey Smith is really fucking good at what he does, and he did great. Like, I looked at the art that Star provided, and I looked at the final video, and I was like, wow, dude, you did amazing with this. Both of them did such a good job, and like the opening came together so well. Matt's really passionate about like getting good intros done. You know, it shows, like, from early in Super Best Friends, even before it was Super Best Friends, early in Two Best Friends Play all the way up through to today, his intro game is far ahead of the pack. So yeah. ArcV says, Matt is probably the GOAT of YouTube intros from 2010 to present. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Matt has the best YouTube intros. And if you like Max's intro that he got Volta Base to do, just remember that Matt got Volta first. I love you, Volta, if you're watching. Volta's great. So yeah, it's pretty wild. Yeah, and Commando Joe points out correctly, Matt did most of his editing on Windows Movie Maker too. Yeah, it's true. I don't know if he knows how to operate Vegas or After Effects. I genuinely don't know, but yeah. Yeah, Woolly's Get Into Fighting Games one is really nice. That one's good as well. I think that one turned out well. Was that a Volta job? Was that a Volta? God, what does Spike Lee call it? A Spike Lee joint. Was that a Volta-based joint? The get into fighting games one. Because that one's really nice. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to move on now. I guess we should do Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. RSS Volta Base intro when. Yeah, no, that's not. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is the first year I didn't get new art done for the channel by Star. I'm kind of thinking about getting new art for the channel, but like, since I'm kind of moving to a different place in my life where I don't want streaming to be my number one, I was kind of hesitant to get like a new like year 3 art, and so maybe I'll get something a little more permanent done to replace the current one. So yeah, use the female Liam art. No, gotta keep the branding job going. That's I've worked very, I worked very hard to make sure Rising Superstream had consistent branding, so I'm not gonna kill that at the end. So yeah. Nora Suko's Liam Chan. Oh, Nora's so good. Nora's so good at painting skin. He's so wonderful. Okay, so I guess we'll move on to Pokemon since that came out. Let me make sure it downloaded. It said it only needed 10 minutes, so it should be. Yeah, okay, it's ready to go. Okay. If you guys will give me a moment. I wasn't anticipating doing a Switch thing, so I just need to set up the dock. It shouldn't take terribly long because it is sitting right there, but what is this game called? Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Okay, let me type that into the thing. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX demo. And the game, of course... Oh, you know what? It's interesting. When you type in Pokemon on Twitch right now to pick your what game you're using, Pokemon Sword Shield comes up first, obviously. But the game that comes up second is Mystery Dungeon Blue-Red Rescue Team. So I guess everyone's just using that right now, which totally makes sense. That's cool. Because they populate by, like, popularity, like what's currently being used. That's fun. Okay. So let me just put the stream on break real quick, and we'll be right back shortly, like really not too long. So see you guys in a minute.